What do you think about police who say that if you wear tattoos that you're a potential gang member?
False. False statement. Because a lot of people that have tattoos don't belong to no gang. I don't
think you should be like you put in a different group because you got tattoos. You know, there's a lot of people that have tattoos. My father has tattoos. You know, he's 50 years old. Does that make him a gang member?
No, this one's no.
I think that was like one of the strongest ways that they could say, no, look at me, you know, and I'm not gonna go and hide, and I am proud of, because I remember getting my last name on my back when I was a kid. That was the first tat I got. And I went to school the next day and I wore a slingshot. I wouldn't even wear a t-shirt because I wanted everybody to see that tat, Holmes. And, you know, the homeboys are like, orale, Chooks, you got tatted, homie, that's feeding me. But I saw teachers and other people, and they looked down their nose at that marking on my back that meant so much to me. And I just remember thinking, you know what? I don't care, man. Like this emblem, this badge of armor that I'm wearing right now, it's way, way, way more magnetic and powerful to me than their opinion of what they think I am.
I was brought up as a Catholic because of my grandmother, you know, as a child. So it's always has a meaning to me. My religion is who I am, you know, and culture, and I guess family. I mean, that's who you love, you know. That's the closest thing to you.
Your ethnicity, your family, you know, or your culture, and these are the things that will never change. And these are like the core of our representation when it comes to tattooing. If you look at any true vato from that lifestyle, look at the image they wear. They're all similar.
I think that going back to the 70s and certainly the presence of Good Time Charlie's tattoo shop on Whittier Boulevard, that Chicano-style black and gray tattooing moves to the shop where historically it was a prison experience.
The plaqueazos, you know, the graffiti. Chicanos have a very distinct style of graffiti.
It wasn't just tagging. The Chicanos were creating these really large, elaborate pieces.
A lot of it came from the YAs. You know, the YA system, you know, that's where Freddie Negretti and all these people come in, is because they started in there, and I know the people that were in there with him, and they would do it for the guys wouldn't, you know, start any fights or violence. They would let them, okay, you guys could tattoo each other or whatever, you know, just stay out of trouble, you know. So they would start practicing it on each other, and those patterns start turning into collages and stuff, you know.
I'll never live this down. My peers are going to kill me. Okay, working in a prison is...
Okay, let's take a beat for 2 seconds.
Okay. Working in a prison is not always what people think or what the community thinks. We like to have the community come and tour the prison so they don't have the idea that we are the old stereotype James Cagney type prison guards. We're professionals.
Well, all the traditional gang dress from the 60s and 70s all came out of prison. So like even you said, a shirt folded neatly over the arm, the white T-shirt, the khakis, the white tennis shoes, all that stuff was county issue or state issue. So guy walking down the street who deliberately was dressing in that way was telling everybody, hey, I just got out of the jail, you know, or I got out of the joint.
It was completely different, and there was a big awe. It was like, I don't even know how to describe it, and I just knew when I was in kindergarten, when I was in first grade, all I wanted to do was be a Cholo, you know what I mean?
The Cholo style became very khaki, iron, certain shoes that can allow you to run but also be cool.
The baggy pants, the Nike Cortez, dark lipstick, the Sharpie eyebrows.
Pants were perfectly creased, and you couldn't have a wrinkle on your shirt. You know, you couldn't have a hole in your jeans. You couldn't have a scuff on your shoes.
White tees eventually became the thing that Chicanos made big. You know, the wool caps and then Pendletons, you know, and then keep them buttoned too, because it actually flared out a certain way if you had two buttons up here. They started stylizing everything just like the Pachucos did.
They were still wearing their pants like they did with the zoot suits, except they were replaced more so by clothing that reflected their social conditions. So I would say three different things. One is the military, two is labor, and then three is the pinta.